Morning, it's about 7 o'clock in the UK. I've got about half an hour before I need to go to work, and I figured, well, I'll come out for a quick walk in the fresh air and the countryside around my house, and do a few little videos and things. Now, if I was to list the benefits of being on a carnivore diet or a carnivorous diet, I would find it quite easy to list those from my own personal experiences, because what I found is, whilst I didn't go on the carnivore diet initially just to lose weight, I'd obviously heard anecdotal reports of how people felt better and, you know, they lost weight as a result and there was less inflammation and things like that. So I thought, well, let's go on it and just see what happens. So from my experience, I've lost an awful lot of body fat. I'm currently about 42 and a half pounds lighter than when I started. You know, most of that fat is come off my visceral area. There's a lot of fat come off my arms, my shoulders, backside, lower abdomen and legs. So, you know, the muscles are starting to show through there. It's just been very slow around me main abdominal area, and for years I've been sticking fat on those areas, and I'm quite self-conscious about it, and this is why I keep going, you know, trying new techniques and things just to you know, eke that off, you know, just reduce that body fat around me abdominal area, because it doesn't look just like it's there and it's smooth. It looks quite cellulite, like it's grainy and bobbly and things like that. So that's, you know, why I've not been showing it off or anything. So as soon as that's gone, obviously I'll feel a lot better about myself, quite happy with my weight. I just don't want to have this same amount of body fat that I've had for decades. But if it takes time, it takes time. I'll get there eventually. So, you know, body composition is definitely an awful lot better since being on the carnivore diet. Another benefit is sleep. As I mentioned on a few of my videos, I've been an insomniac for decades. I mean, literally decades. Sleeping every third or fourth night. Often my brain would just not switch off. Felt like I was charged up, just couldn't drop off, and I would just either lie there for hours or try to work through the night. It was a bit frustrating, to say the least. I've managed to invent and obviously develop a lot of products for my business during that time, but I'd rather have been asleep. So since being on the carnivore diet, I just tend to be asleep by 10 o'clock, and I'm up for 4:30, 5 o'clock. So yeah, great night's sleep. Another benefit I've experienced is I just feel happier, less down. I wouldn't say I was down all the time, but when I did have brief periods of depression, they were pretty powerful. I never ever thought about doing myself in. That's you know, quite obvious. But I did sometimes just feel, you know, really down, like I was a bit worthless and that I wasn't really achieving anything in life, which is completely the opposite. You know, I've actually achieved quite a lot in my few years of being on the planet. So yeah, I did have down days, but since being on the carnivore diet, I've not had a single down day. I just feel happy and quite gregarious, and the idea that I'm talking to a camera and things is all very new, because I've never really wanted to do that. I have done it in the past for business purposes, but it's not really my thing. But I must admit, I'm quite enjoying it. I find it quite difficult because I just ad-lib all this, but you know, it's quite good. So definitely feeling a lot more mentally positive, feeling happier, more content with the world. I'm certainly more tolerant of other people. I used to be quite an introvert. Now I'd say I'm less of an introvert in many situations, and I just feel, you know, really good. Another benefit of being on the carnivore diet is lack of, well, I've no longer got my arthritic pains. I used to struggle terribly with arthritic pains in my hands, especially in my fingers, wrists, knee joint, big toe. And you know what used to be agony? I used to have to soak, you know, my feet and my hands in hot water before I could start the day. Used to take ibuprofen just to reduce swelling and things. But say within 2 weeks of being on this diet, feel absolutely amazing. All of those bits have gone. The only time the arthritic pains came back, and they came back within hours, was when I had my cheat meal. You'll remember the couple of videos back. And literally the next morning, I just woke up and my feet were sore, my joints were sore. I just felt lousy. So back onto the all meat diet, no carbohydrates or anything like that, and all solved again. My skin is considerably better. You know, if I put up a few photos, you'll notice that I usually have quite a lot of or used to have quite a lot of loose flaky skin. And you know what, it was a bit of a problem at times. You know, it didn't matter how much moisturizer I put on there, I always had flaky skin and things. But since, you know, making the change, I've not had any of that. I literally, you know, just eat the meat and the fat and let the body do the rest, and my skin's a lot better. I might have a little bit of loose flakiness this morning because obviously I've been out in, you know, temperatures which are 30+ degrees, and you know, I'm not used to that, so maybe I've got a little bit of sunburn and things, so I might have a bit of loose flaky skin there. But other than that, nothing at all. My skin across my body and, you know, my face feels as smooth as a baby's, almost like it's conditioned from the inside out. Because from what I've always believed, your skin is pretty much dead skin cells anyway, you know, the upper outer parts of it, so maybe it is moisturizing from the inside out. Right, I'm just trying to find where the path has gone because they've let it overgrow, you see. So, other benefits of being on the carnivore diet: my hair grows quicker, it grows thicker. I've still got bald patches, obviously. I think that comes with age, and also I've had a bald patch, you know, receding hairline and stuff for 20 years. But my hair's definitely growing a lot quicker. I've noticed, like, the hairs on me, the rest of my body is obviously growing quicker and it's thicker. Another benefit is greatly increased testosterone levels. I think years and years of eating grains and you know, more mass-produced foods, eating all the wrong foods, sugars and things like that, I think they have you know, obviously reduced my testosterone levels. But I must admit, since being on this diet, testosterone levels are through the roof, and they came back within a month, and I feel very good for it. I feel very manly and masculine and things like that, so yeah, I feel very good with that. Well, sorry about that, guys. My battery decided to die on me while I was quite happily chatting away. Never realised, but it's a problem I've been suffering with quite a bit lately. Is I charge all these batteries up for very expensive little cameras, and then they just die, you know, just quite frustrating. So by the time I've been and got a new battery, I brought two out with me, both were dead. By the time I've got a new battery, it's weather's changed a little bit, scenery's obviously changed, walking down a different pathway, and I think we've got rain. So if I get absolutely saturated, it's all for the love of losing body fat and getting fit and healthy. So I just wanted to thank you all for sticking around, subscribing, commenting and things like that on the videos. I really do appreciate it. This is all very new to me. I have made videos before for business purposes and things like that, but I've never found them particularly easy to do. So I really do appreciate it. In the more comments, shares, likes and things like that, the hopefully I'll get a bit better at doing this, and production value will go up a little bit more, maybe get a little bit more interested. But if you have any kind of like ideas, videos, things that you want me to go a bit more in depth with, just leave a comment below, and I'll try my best, obviously. And whilst I can't say it to be totally cinematic in 24 frames a second and things like that, I'll try my best to make it watchable and as possible really interesting. Anyway, It's been a pleasure speaking to you, and I shall speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.